morning. Today is Friday, August 28th, and no walking today. We had this massive storm come through last night. You can see my computer here. Fix this. Let me fix it. There. It was annoying me. I'm sure it wasn't annoying you, but it was annoying me. We had this massive storm come through last night, and I had got up about 3:30 or 4 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and the whole bathroom was lighting up because we had so much thunder and lightning. We lost power for a hot minute, just enough that I had to go and reset everything, and had some of the surge protectors I had to reset and all of that good stuff. But we got birthdays today. We got lots of birthdays. I had to write them down. Today is Liz over at 23 points a day. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Liz. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I haven't seen too many videos from her lately, and I think it's because she's moving. She sold her house, and now she's moving. I don't know if she's moving to another state. I think she's moving to another state. I think she lived in California. Now, don't quote me. I think she lived in California, and she was moving to Oregon. I think. But I know she's moving, so that's probably why she hasn't put any videos up. But today's her birthday, and hopefully sometime when she's catching up, she'll see that I did remember it was her birthday. Yeah. And it's also, got to write them down because there's a lot. It's Karen Davis's birthday. Karen, you get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Diane Kirby's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Ellen Nickerson. I didn't forget you. I know it was your birthday too. It's Ellen's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also James Taylor's birthday. I think he's 23, I think. It's not James Taylor the singer, I know that much. But he might be a singer. I don't know. James, are you a singer? I think I'm a singer, although I know I'm not. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Oh, so good. So good, so good, so good. It's so nice. And we have an anniversary, too, because this person actually remembered their spouse's name. It's Debbie and Tom Wolf's anniversary today. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. She's going to have some cake. Well, I'm sure they're all going to have some kind of cake or pie or something because it's a celebration today, so we got to do that. Friday, so well, I'm not showing you my food this week anyhow, but today is Friday, so I eat a little bit lighter than I normally do. So for breakfast, I plan on having a couple eggs and my berries. You knew that. And probably a slice of toast with some peanut butter on it. And then for lunch, I'm planning on having another slice of toast, but this time I'm going to put a little bit of strawberry preserves on it. And I think I'm going to have with it a cheese stick and banana. And then for a snack in between there, I'm going to have some grapefruit. And then for dinner, I'm going to have a tuna fish sandwich because I don't eat meat on Fridays. And what else am I going to have? I'll probably have a salad, a side salad with a peach. So, actually, there's somebody walking up my driveway. I'll be back. Well, it's been a few hours. Went to answer the door. It was just one of the kids in the neighborhood trying to collect pop cans. I just brought my pop cans back the other day. So, for some kind of fundraiser for school, but I didn't have any. But anyway, and then I just got busy doing stuff around the house. I did have my breakfast, which was very good. And I had my lunch, which was also very good. And now I'm getting ready to think about my dinner. My son Danny stopped by with Oliver, and here's a little clip of Oliver. Okay, I have a new tech guy. This is my new tech guy for my videos, because at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you an ending that Oliver helped me put together.
Oliver, plug your channel.
Plug your channel.
My channel is named Gaming with Oliver. I have 70 subs.
He's looking for 1,000. So, if you have a grandchild that wants to do it, he does gaming, obviously. He's so proud of himself. He's got 70 subscribers now. He's just like working his way up. And then he's trying to show me how to do some editing. And he was, my thing, I don't know if you noticed at the end of my video yesterday, I did I was trying to do a like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I couldn't figure it out. And so he helped me edit it so it would look better than what I did. So I'll put that at the end and you can see how well he did. So, but he does a YouTube all the time, obviously, because he's got his channel, and he just likes that, you know, we talk tech talk, as Danny says. But, and so then for dinner, like I told you, I don't know if I ever got to the dinner, but I'm going to have a tuna fish sandwich on an extreme wellness wrap and a little side salad with some iced tea. It's going to be my dinner. And I'm feeling pretty good about my weight tomorrow, so. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, I was watching Joan over at Joan's Point of Play today, and I also was watching Kim over at A Girl on Her Phone. And they both said the exact same phrase, which just, I wish there was a better phrase. Like Denise, my sister Denise, can't stand that BJ's is called BJ's Warehouse. She just can't stand that. She just hates the name BJ's. She just hates it. And both of them said on their channels phrases that I don't particularly like either. I think that there should be a better phrase, is when they say, well, I have to go to the funeral home for a viewing. It's like, I don't know, do you want to be, it's like the person that died is just laying out there for your, I don't know, not your enjoyment. I just kind of think of it, it just seems so odd that, you know, like you're going to look at a dead body. I mean, I know you're not looking at a dead body, you're going to honor the person that they died and stuff like that, but like a viewing sounds like you're, you know, like you're going for a house and you're going to have a viewing of the house to see it before you buy it or something. I don't know. We always tease my sister Denise because she wants a closed casket. And I always tell her that, you know, you may request a closed casket, but I'm going to be selling peaks. And I'm going to be standing by the coffin and say, you want a peak? It costs you $0.25. And then I'll lift up the lid. She says, you probably would do something like that. Yeah, if I can make $1. So let's think of a better word than we're going to a viewing. Although everybody says it. I'm not being critical of that. Everybody says it. And that's just like acceptable. I just don't like it. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to mention, I told you I was reading that other James Patterson book. And I did start to read it, and it is good, but I can read 2 books at the same time. I don't know if I ever told you. And I was hesitating about mentioning this, but then I thought before anybody did. This was the book I was reading before. This Lisa Jackson Deep Freeze book. And I really like the book. I really recommend the book. And I'm not giving away, I am giving away the ending a little bit. Just a little bit. But, if you don't want to hear it go la 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 la. The problem with the book is when I got to the last couple pages, because I told you I saved the last 10 pages because I'm thinking, oh, they got so much to finish in this next 10 pages. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. No, you got to get the next book to get the continuation of the story. And I was like, what? And I wasn't going to say anything, but then I thought, the book came out in 2006, so you'd have to get it at the library anyhow. You're not going to be, well, I don't know, she got it at Target, so I don't know. But, and I was so hesitating about saying anything, but then I'm thinking, I was disappointed, as we say in my family, when I got to the end and I got to get another book. I love to read, but it just annoyed me. So I went and picked this book up at the library. I called ahead to make sure they had it, and I put it on hold. And I thought, I'm going to skim to the back of the, I never do this. I always look to see how many pages it is, because I always want to kind of have a clue how many pages it is, just so I know. But I skimmed to the back of the book where she had her little thing at the end of that book, Dear Readers. Because, like, on the end of this book, when I got to the end and I go, is that how it ends? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friend, we'll keep on dancing. I know that's not the right words, but that's the words I use. But anyway, Where did I read that? I know I said on the last page it's something like that. No, those are her question and answers. I know, I just wanted to tell you. It says, if you'd like to know how this ends, please turn the page and get an exciting sneak peek at Fatal Burn so you can keep on reading. So anyway, I turned to the last part of the book on this one, and it says, thanks for picking up Fatal Burn. I hope you like reading my books as much as I do writing. As you know, most of my books are length, so some more than others. Other time, a favorite character of mine appears in another book. Okay, I wanted to make sure, so I did read the last line of this epilogue, just to make sure that it really does end. And it does. But I'll let you know how I like this book, because I'm going to start reading this book too, because while this book is still fresh in my mind, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I always like when my son comes over every Friday, and sometimes Sebastian comes, and sometimes just Oliver comes. And Oliver just came today, because we're like, Sebastian, Danny is the stepfather for Sebastian, and I hate saying that because I don't consider him a step-grandchild. He's my grandchild, and, and that's Danny's son. That's the way I think. So I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but this Shannon's son with her ex, Brian, who is a good dad too. I mean, they share custody in that. So sometimes Sebastian will come, sometimes he doesn't. But the times he doesn't come is when he's with his dad. But his dad is very involved in his sports and things like that. And so, whatever. I still think of him as my grandson. I never say that I have 2 grandsons and a step-grandson. I have 3 grandsons. Don't ever tell me I don't have 3 grandsons, because that's what I have, 3 grandsons. But anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, being perfect. It's boring being perfect. It really is. It's just so boring being perfect. And I know there's perfect people out there. I've never met anybody. They always say there was only one perfect son, and that was Jesus. So I always like that line. As far as I know, like when people say, well, I'm not a perfect child, and they always say, well, as far as I know, there was only one perfect child, and I think his name was Jesus. I like that phrase. But I just think that, sometimes, not all the time, because if you do it all the time, you're going to go crazy, and you're going to just quit and give up. And you don't want to do that, because sometimes you just need to take a little detour, take a little side trip, go on vacation. The point of a vacation is to have fun and not to stress about, can I have this to eat, or can I have that to eat, or I shouldn't eat this, or I shouldn't eat that. And so you're missing out on life in the whole time you're on vacation. And I think if you just trust yourself, you don't need a specific plan. Well, you need some sort of a plan that you're going to kind of watch what you eat. But, if you want an ice cream cone or an ice cream sundae or a banana split or something, then have it. And just plan accordingly and enjoy your life. Don't avoid going to a party because, well, they might have food that I can't eat. Bring your own food. Everybody always brings something when you go to a party. You always give the hostess a gift of something. Bring them like a vegetable platter or something. And as much as people, I got dust on there. Oh my goodness. As much as people say, oh, vegetable platter. If you've ever gone to a party, what platter do you always notice is empty? It's the vegetable platter. Because people always will eat vegetables. Nobody wants to be the volunteer to bring a vegetable platter, but people eat off of a vegetable platter. So just don't avoid going to parties. Don't avoid social events. Don't avoid vacations. Plan for them accordingly, but have your good time. And as soon as you get back, get right back on track, because that's all you got to do. It's just boring, like I said, being perfect. You're just too boring being perfect. And when people look at you and they judge you, your friends, I should say, because you're going to get people that are going to be out in public and they're going to be mean and nasty, and they're going to look twice, and they might look a third time. Those kind of people, let them look. I mean, I've had people stare at me in the past, and I always say, take a picture. I don't care. You're not in my life. I'm not going to see you again. If you want to stare at me, Go ahead, stare at me. I don't really care. My friends and my family know who I am, and they love me for who I am. They don't care how I look. They really don't. Because even when they look back at pictures and they see me heavy, and I'm sure a lot of people have told you this if you've lost weight, they can look at those pictures and they go, my gosh, you really look good. You've really lost a lot of weight. I really don't remember you being that big. And I think they're really being truthful, and I really think they're being honest, because they weren't looking at you for how you looked. They were looking at you for how you treated them and your spirit of who you were. And they looked past your faults, because everyone has faults. Yeah, everyone, even me. Let me think. Yeah, even me. Everyone has faults. But your true friends and your true family that really love you and care for you look past those. They really look past those, and they see you for the person that you are. Now, if you have so many faults that you're just like obnoxious, you're going to have friends anyhow. So nobody that's really, sometimes you look at people and you go, how can they have friends? But they do. So they must have some inner quality that you're just not seeing. Because I think everybody has some sort of a good quality within themselves that not everybody sees. But like I said, I've known many people that when I see pictures of them when they were heavier, don't remember them being that big. I really don't. And I'll look at them and I'll go, I don't remember you being that size. But I remember we went here, or we went there, remember we did this or we did that. Memories, you're going to remember things that you did. You're just going to, that reminds me of now looking back, this reminds me of a story. I remember a family member, I'm not going to say who it was. I have a family member who doesn't watch my channel, so I could really tell you, but I'm not going to tell you, that has been overweight their entire life. And I've never looked at this particular family member as being like so fat or so big. And we had gone to a picnic with a bunch of people. And you know those little cheap ass, I don't even know if they still make them because they're such nice outdoor furniture now. But like a web fold-up furniture chair that you bring to picnics and to concerts and things like that. And it just folds up, and it's so lightweight. It probably weighs about 2 pounds, you know, if that. I mean, it's just really light. And we had this was back in the 70s. So we would have been like in our 20s. And she was well, it's a girl. she was a big girl. But I never thought of her as being like huge. I just thought, you're a big girl. That was it. And so we were at this picnic, and she went to sit in one of these chairs. And back then I was probably not only, but I was like only about 30 pounds overweight maybe. Yeah, I probably weigh, I'm at the time at that age, when I got married, I was 150. So I was probably about 180 pounds, which I was about 30 pounds overweight with my lowest. And I wouldn't sit in that chair. I thought, there is no way I'm going to sit in that. I would never sit in that chair. When I would buy a chair, I would pick it up and bring it to another part of the store where there was nobody there and set it up, and then try to ease myself in real slowly to sit in it to make sure it would hold me. And if I didn't feel secure, I'd bring it back to the department, and I'd find another chair and bring it back to where I was until I found a chair that I felt secure in. I don't have to do that anymore. But there was many a party I went to in the 80s and 90s that when I got even bigger, that I would look at and I think, oh, no, I'm not sitting down. No, I'm not going to sit down. But anyway, I digress. So we went to this party, and it was a barbecue in somebody's backyard, and the guy he was a little guy. Oh my gosh, he was really little. He was probably about 5'4", 5'5", and if he weighed 100 pounds, I mean, he was he was a strong little guy, but I mean, he was a little guy. And he was a man. He was a grown-ass man, but I mean, he was little. And he was having the party, and he had all these little chairs sitting around. And so he says, oh, don't you want to sit down, Sandy? And I went, no, I don't think I'm going to sit down. I like standing. I always say, it's going to make me taller. It'll make me look thinner. I always said things like that. And he says, oh, okay. So then my family member, she said, well, I'm going to sit down. And I said, oh, don't sit in there. Don't sit in there. She says, oh, it'll be fine. And so she sat in the chair, and as she's sitting in the chair, the aluminum or whatever was holding the chair together was scrunching down. So she was like down to the ground. So she was on the ground, basically, because the chair had completely collapsed. And she couldn't get out because she was overweight. She was really overweight. And so this little guy comes over, and he says, well, here, let me help you. And I said, oh, no, no, I'll help her, I'll help her. And he said, no, 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 I'm the man, I'll do it, I'll help her. And I'm thinking, oh, you're not going to do it? I said, well, maybe you should get some help. And even she said, you know, maybe you should get some help. And he says, I can do it. So he grabbed hold of both of her hands to pull her up. And she took all of her strength or her body weight to try to like do that, to like pull herself up, but instead flipped him right over the top of her. He went flying like a catapult over the top of her. And then she was even more mortified. And then everybody, nobody could help it, but we were all laughing. We weren't laughing at her or him. We were just laughing at the situation. And she was mortified. I know she was mortified. And so then a bunch of men came over to help her up, you know, after we, you know, and the other people went to check to make sure he was okay. And she was just so embarrassed. And everybody tried to make her feel better. But I know that if that would have been me, I would have done the same thing, because she said, Sandy, are you ready? Let's go. And we did. We left. You know, I mean, I didn't want to leave. I was having so much fun. Even before all of that, I was still having so much fun. But I understood completely why she wanted to leave. But people were so upset that she left because she was loved by so many people. And they tried to convince her that we don't care your size. You're fun. We want you to stay. And I mean, it was like people judged her for not how she looked, but how she treated people and how much she got along with people. And she got along with people, and she was very friendly with them, and they loved her. But I understood why she wanted to leave, because she was so mortified. And it took the longest time before I could talk her into going again to any kind of event. And then I just told her, bring your own chair. You know, bring your own chair. I don't know what else to tell you. So it probably was a good month before she went to anything. And people just acted like it didn't even happen. Nobody brought it up. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody said anything. She brought her own chair. Nobody said anything. Because that's my point. People loved her for who she was. They didn't care what she looked like. They didn't care. They just knew she was a loving person that took care of other people and put other people first. And that's just the way you got to be. So at the end of this video, not only am I going to show you the little clip of the little clip thing that Oliver edited for me, but I don't know how many people used to watch the Munsters. I love the Munsters. I just love the Munsters. But there's a quote from Herman Munster when he was talking to Eddie Munster. And I remember that little cartoon. I remember watching the show because Marilyn was supposedly the ugly one in the family because she looked like everybody else in the world. And then they looked like monsters because they were the Munsters. And but Herman was trying to teach Eddie that, you know, people don't care what you look like. They just care who you are. And that's what I think too. And I hope, if anything, in all my videos, because I am trying to lose weight and I am trying to, sometimes I get a little preachy. I realize that. But especially now with everything that's going on in the world, especially everything that's going on in the United States, if we could just stop judging people by how they look and just start learning to loving them for who they are, and looking at them past the color of their skin, past their political party, past their political beliefs, even their religious beliefs. Just learn to love the person itself. I really do think we'd have a better world. I do think that the United States would be a better place, because I think it's a pretty good place right now. I really do. There's always room for improvement, but I just don't like seeing us so divided. I lived through the 60s, and even in the 60s, and maybe I'm naive because I'm white, but I just don't think it was as bad in the 60s as it seems to be now. And it was bad in the 60s. Trust me, it was bad in the 60s. I know that for a fact. But I would think that after, 60 years, we could have come a little bit of a ways. And I think that we're taking back steps instead of front steps. And I think that we need to get back to just loving each other again and judging people for the content of their soul, I guess. So, anyway, I'm sorry about this. I get on a roll, I get on a rant. I know that I do. I just see so much on the TV, and it hurts me. It hurts my heart. It really does hurt my heart to see that people can't get along. But, okay, with that being said, if you're new to my channel, Lately, I've been very preachy. I do apologize. I don't mean to be. I don't know. Maybe I always get melancholy before my birthday. I don't know. Maybe that might be something. I don't know. But I am on a weight loss journey. I've lost like 92 pounds now, I think, or 91 pounds, something like that. I was at 95, but tomorrow's my weigh-in day. I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm going to lose my pound that I wanted because I've been pretty good this week. Been over my points each day, but I've been eating healthy points. And share it if you think somebody might like to see it. Subscribe. Hit the like button. If you want to hit the dislike button, that doesn't bother me either. I don't care. And let's just try to follow Herman Munster's philosophy. Because if we follow Herman Munster's philosophy, I think we'd live in a better world. Okay, stay safe.